Good morning, all. Camelback Trading 2724 coming to you this Monday morning, December 9th. Looking at the weekly chart of the SPY ETF. We're starting with the charts first because after looking at them this weekend, try to figure out what transpired last week, who was in charge, what to look forward to this week. Thought it would be in our best interest to start on the charts. And we're looking at the daily. I did say weekly, didn't I? I think I did. We're looking at the daily first. And the reason we're looking at the daily, we are in a balance in the weekly, but on the daily, we repaired a lot of poor structure last week on Tuesday, only to get it all back Wednesday through Friday. Okay? That's going to be repaired again at some point. The question is when. This is a very, very large gap. The odds of that gap getting filled the first time we get into it are slim. Again, it's odds, right? Now let's go to the weekly. The weekly is in a very nice 4-week balance. Tremendous recovery from the bottom of it. The entire range of this 4-week balance is basically last week, except for a little bit that from the previous week where we had our all-time high. Now remember, traders will do what's worked until it doesn't work anymore. Well, at the top of this balance, which we're basically right at, we now have a weekly high and a monthly high, which is the all-time high. So we have a lot of catalysts possibly this week, right? With the UK elections, the Fed meeting on Wednesday, and the tariff deadline coming. What are traders going to do prior to that, today and tomorrow? Well, that's why the odds of getting into that gap and filling it today without a catalyst, I believe, is slim. The odds of taking out last week's high and then last month's high and getting acceleration, I think, is slim also. So I think there's a good chance we're going to trade in some kind of balance, at least to start today. So that's why I'm going over this, because that's very important. Now let's go to the profile from Window Trader. So where are we trading right now? We're trading just below, about 30 cents lower than where we closed. Okay? I told you, there's not a lot to lean on Friday. We didn't have an afternoon pullback low. We didn't have 9 wide. We didn't have single prints. So basically you had your high and your low. So you're going to get some chop this morning because of that. So let's go over destinations and a game plan. So for the upside, we have 315.31 our weekly high, 315.48 our monthly high and all-time high, and 315.80 our pre-market all-time high. For the downside, we have Friday's low of 314.10 and then filling the gap at 312.25, 185-point gap. Pretty big. Then we have below that, we don't have anything for almost another dollar to 311.41, which was 9 wide on the 5th, 311.06 afternoon pullback low from the 5th of December, and 310.58 daily low, and I'll give you one more, 310.32 daily low, and then the other gap at 309.64, 68-point gap from December 4th. So what's the game plan this morning? Well, right now, it's still a little over an hour to go prior to the opening. We're opening in balance, slightly below value. I firmly believe you're going to get some tremendous amount of chop in this time frame. Is there a definitive trade inside that chop? I don't think so. I really don't believe so. I mean, if you get up to M and fail and you're below value, you want to short it to test the day's low, I mean, that's a trade, but it's not a great one. We're trading right below it right now. And if you get accepted into M period, it's a good chance you're going to trade up at least to where we were 8 wide, which was K's high. So, I mean, that's almost 50 cents away. So I think you're going to get a tremendous amount of chop in here. I would like to see it develop more. Now, if we open and drive down, either fail to take out the low from Friday or get below it into the gap, taper off and come right back into Friday's range, well, then I would look to take a call. Even though value would be lower to start, at least then I know my out. If we were to come back into range now, I can lean on whatever A or B's low is at that time then. Like I said, unless you get a tremendous catalyst, the odds of that gap getting filled are slim. So that's one call play I would take. On the flip side, if we were to drive up, stall out, even though it was only 8 wide, stall out at the POC or M's high, which certainly isn't far from the weekly high. How aggressive are buyers going to be the first half hour or hour of the new week to take out a weekly high and then right above that a monthly high without a catalyst? I'm going to say probably not that aggressive. So I would probably take a put position between M's high and Friday's high. If you take out that and the all-time high and get accepted above that, well, then I'll be out. If not, then you can play it back into the middle of the range from Friday. So those are the early game plan for this morning. Good luck trading today. Have a great day, and we'll recap at 4 p.m.